Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right now we're gonna get the chance to look at the Overseer, so the Maestro Overseer. So his abilities also got leaked alongside Perk 3's abilities. Therefore, before we get any further, I must empathize that this does appear to be a CCP leak. However, it has not been officially confirmed by Kabam. Therefore, you must take everything I say with a grain of salt. However, I personally do think these are the real abilities of the champion. And without any more delays, let's get over them. And I must add very quickly that I personally am quite hyped for this champion. Depending how exactly his numbers look like in the game, he seems like he is going to be a champion that has quite a lot of wrecking potential. Right, let's start. Always immune to Nullify, Fate Seal, and Stagger, so it's kind of like more or less at this point becoming a standard immunity set for Science Champions. I believe Mr. Negative has it, Thing has it, and probably more Science Champions will have it in future. It's kind of like to directly counter Mystic Champions, I suppose. An enhanced immune system provides full immunity to poison. Cool. Gamma Power. When the opponent gains a bar of power, gain an indefinite Gamma Power, granting 351 attack rating and 17% potency of his personal debuffs from special attacks, max 6 stacks. Now this is kind of neat because it's passively in the background every time you feel a bar of power, every time opponent gains a bar of power. Nice, nothing wrong with that, fairly straightforward, fairly simple. And you just gain passive attack increase. The things get interesting here in the Cosmic mode. 3 or more stacks of Gamma Power after launching a special attack, consume all stacks, and activate Cosmic mode, lasting 3.33 seconds per Gamma Power, but it's paused during special attacks from the Overseer or the opponent. Cosmic mode lasts 50% longer for defenders. Fair play. But it's about 20-second duration at its max, which can be extended obviously further because they are pausing during special attacks. That is very, very handy, definitely superbly useful, and will let you kind of benefit from it more. So for each Gamma Power gained while in Cosmic mode, instead gain a non-stacking Fury buff, granting 586 attack rating per Gamma Power to use to enter the mode, when it's your total duration equaling its Cosmic mode starting duration. So this is OP. This looks very, very good, because if you take 6 of them, so 5 times, it will be 3000 something Fury, which is probably more than his base attack, and that is probably going to make him hit relatively hard. Obviously, it still depends on his base stats, how his attack base value is, and how his crit rate is, and things like that. But based on this bit alone, it kind of seems like he's going to be very hard-hitting champion, and you have to do very little to get it done. You don't need to do, I don't know, up, left, right, up, down, special 1, left, down, special 2, stuff like that. It's just going to be something that kind of happens as you play normally in whatever rotations you choose to do. And I'm always a fan of those abilities that you don't need to jump through 50,000 hoops to get them active. Also, light attacks deal a burst of 1500 physical damage, which just gonna further strengthen his actual damage. And I get a feeling that if everything works out fine and they do not butcher his base numbers, he will be a very, very hard-hitting champion, which is something that I absolutely like and want from a Hulk. Let's move on. After opponent launches special attack, special concussion. Inflict an indefinite special concussion debuff, reducing ability accuracy by 10% during special attacks, max 7. Reducing a combo of 3 or more to a lower amount removes 1 stack of special concussion. So if you get tagged, you remove these special concussions, but at the same time, it's a very handy ability that will let you kind of like how opponents' special attack abilities fail, and then further on benefit from it even more with your signature ability, which we're going to discuss later. It's nothing game-breaking. It's going to be annoying to fight against for sure, but it is kind of like a neat, nice addition. This bit I absolutely love. Heavy attacks inflict a non-stacking taunt debuff for 10 seconds. Opponents that are taunted have their attacks reduced by 20% and have 70% higher chance to activate special attacks. This ability goes on cooldown for 20 seconds if activated. The cooldown bit is kind of annoying, but overall I definitely like having reliable access to taunt and being able to keep a pace on the fight. And I think it fits well with the narrative there, and I am taunts are awesome. Taunts are underrated and taunts are awesome. And it's great to see it in a new champion. I love that bit. It just gives you even more bits of utility. You can go up against all or nothing, and in general, it's just a helpful ability to have. Also, after a special cap shield, now this ability is going to be very troublesome fighting against the guy at times. Gain an auto block passive, giving 100% chance to auto block basic attacks when struck twice. Lasts for 7 seconds or until triggered. The Overseer is stun immune while auto block is active. So this is definitely something that, well, it will be able to save you, obviously. Just like Medusa at max sig, you can kind of reliably get saved by that auto block. But it's gonna obviously be much more impactful whenever you're fighting against this guy. And it's gonna be very frustrating. At the very least, you can at least strike him once. But in general, this auto block is just gonna be something that I suspect most of us will hate for years to come. Let's go special attack 1, inflict stun debuff for 1.5 seconds. Guaranteed stuns on level 1 are tight as always, because with any kind of like power modifier nodes, you can basically just stun loop them, which is cool. Also, if you're in cosmic mode, on activation gain a regeneration buff recovering 77% of missing health over 10 seconds. The potency of this buff is reduced by 10% each bleed debuff. So here we go. Finally, a Hulk that can heal. And 77% of missing health over 10 seconds does not sound like a lot until you actually got low health. It's kind of similar to Mojo's regen, which you can trigger relatively frequently, I suppose. But it only really kind of like helps you when you are sub 50%. And then you're going to be hovering in that 30 to 50, 60% mark as you carry on. It definitely helps you offset a ton of chip damage. And I do like it. I do like that we have a Hulk that has access to a regeneration buff. Finally, we do have Red Hulk, but that regen is quite poopy. And that entire special attack is quite poopy. So hopefully we're going to finally have a Hulk that can actually regenerate. And I like that. Special 2, inflicted disorient debuff, reducing defensive ability accuracy by 40% and block proficiency by 50% for 12 seconds. Ability accuracy reduction scales with gamma power. Now the unfortunate bit here is I have no clue how it scales. And I have no clue how it works if you are in cosmic mode. Whether it counts it for 6 gamma power or whatever. So it remains to be seen. But if you have, assuming that it might, because you have conveniently 6 gamma power at max. Therefore, assuming that it gives 10% for each, which is quite a leap of faith here. If you're able to reduce that defensive ability accuracy by 100%, that would be insanely useful. But even if it isn't, it would still be a helpful ability. Also, Cosmic Mode gain an energized buff, granting 25% increased combat power rate for 12 seconds, which is going to just let you spam special attacks quicker, which is neat. Why not? Let's move on to Special 3. Inflict a physical vulnerability debuff, reducing physical resistance by 700 for 20 seconds. And this kind of goes well with all of that burst damage he does in Cosmic Mode with his light hits, and he will have signature ability that lets him do even more burst damage. So this would kind of be helpful, but I don't know. I don't know how feasible it would be to actually use your level 3s instead of level 1s and level 2s, because you're going to get somewhat more damage for long fights, but will it be worth the 3 bars of power? I don't know. I personally don't think so, but hey, maybe. Let's go with signature ability. If opponent ability fails due to his personal immunity or reduced ability accuracy, they take a burst of 930 something damage, and the Overseer gains 1 gamma power. This damage scales with base attack only. This effect has 1 second cooldown. So this is very helpful to gain more gamma powers quickly, and as the fight goes on, you're going to be reducing their ability accuracy with your level 2. You obviously have your immunities against nullify and so on and so forth. And also you will be reducing their ability accuracy on special attacks, which will make their special attack abilities fail. So this could potentially let you do more damage and ramp the champion up significantly faster. Sounds like a very good, useful signature ability, but there is another point. Striking the opponent while they are recovering from heavy or special attacks deal a burst of 2345 physical damage. This effect has 1 second cooldown. This bit I absolutely love, especially because it kind of rewards a very aggressive playstyle. Every time you get to punish opponents heavy or special, you deal extra damage. and that will typically be the medium hit. And then if you are in your cosmic mode, you're going to be dealing extra burst damage with every single one of your light hits, and hopefully it also scales with all of the attack increase that you are getting from the cosmic mode. And on paper it actually looks like he could be able of delivering a ton of damage, and I love that. Now we do have some of the synergies. I don't know if these are all of them, but let's take a look at them. Synergy with Hulk, Ragnarok, or Joe Fixit. The scrambled personality makes them immune to reverse controls. So we're gonna have a whole bunch of champions that are gonna be immune to reverse controls, which is one of the most hated things in the game. So people who get the Overseer will have easier time against Grandmaster and Gwenmaster and things like that. If you are willing to bring in Hulk or Hulk Ragnarok, which is, you know, fair play. Then we're gonna have Cube Wielders, the Overseer 50% with Red Skull and Thanos. Overseer 50% chance to gain an indefinite gamma power when the opponent launches special while taunted. That can be neat to help him ramp up quicker. Red Skull 8% chance per armor up to inflict armor break on special 2 attacks, reducing armor rating by 525. Yeah, Red Skull needs a lot more than that to be anything worthwhile looking at. Also, Thanos Fury also grants power gain buff, gaining half a bar of power over 7 seconds. That's kind of neat, I guess, but obviously Thanos is a noodle. Okay, so Cosmic Control. Synergy with Tenax and Airwalker. The Overseer. Increase Cosmic Mode duration by 0.66 seconds per gamma. It's not. 0.66 is very stingy. So you can increase it by 2 seconds max. So go from 20 to 22 seconds. I don't think it's quite worth it. Tenax Airwalker. When heavy charging gains unstoppable buff. Yeah, whatever. It's not a very great synergy. Then we have enemies with Dr. Doom. Cool. Then we have something with Silver Surfer, which has something to do with Special 2, but I don't know how that one finishes. We're going to have to wait till later today. But in general, I don't think that all the great synergies. First one, the Cube Wielders could be quite useful for Maestro. The rest of them I don't think are needed at all. So in general, what do I think for Champion? I'm actually very, very, very excited for this one. I think I can see him be a very beloved character that can actually get significant amount of use out. Now, he does have some bits of utility. I don't think he's the most utility heavy champion, but I think the saving grace there are the disorients and the taunt, because taunt is a relatively rare mechanic, especially in science class. And I like that a lot. And on top of it, I do think he's going to be dealing a ton of damage. And that is obviously awesome. I personally definitely 100% look forward to trying to get this guy. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think will he be a stud or a dud? But that is it for today's video, and I am going to catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the